is sharing one of his favorite recipes that helped him lose 50 pounds. It's his no-bake, dairy-free, low-cal chocolate pie. Let me ask you one question real quick.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you don't associate chocolate pie and weight loss together naturally.
No, not really.
But it works.
It works. And that's because there's a secret ingredient.
Please tell.
So here's the deal. I have here 13 ounces of chocolate chips, standard issue chocolate chips that I have melted just over simmering water. Over here in the food processor, I have 1 pound of silken tofu, not the hard-pressed tofu that you get in the refrigerated section, but the silken tofu that they actually just squirt into these containers that are shelf-stable. You can keep this on the shelf for a year, no problem.
Because I never understand this. Explain silken tofu, regular tofu.
Sure.
Walk me through that.
So silken tofu, very soft, very creamy, high moisture content. The pressed kind, drier, crumbly, used in like the taco you had. That was hard tofu.
And the silken tofu, because it's sterile, you can keep it off.
Yes, you can. This can stay on the shelf for a year, longer, probably.
I learned something.
It's good to know.
Okay.
So I have some of that in here, a pound of that in here, and actually I'm going to add about a tablespoon of honey because I'm going to sweeten it up just a little bit.
Is that what you normally use for a sweetener?
Yeah, in baking I try to, and a little bit of vanilla, and hopefully I can make this
honey,
sweet processor
vanilla,
work.
Silken tofu.
Yeah.
We've already got our chips ready. I told you it would work.
I knew
it's
it
like the
would
operating
work.
room.
Well, they say that it works.
What's that? Here.
You make it work. Somebody can make
Here,
it.
I go like this.
Hey!
It works. This is what we do in the OR. You shake it. All right.
It's good to know that while somebody's on a ventilator, you can just shake the heck out of it.
Work.
All right, I'm a little worried about turning it off, so I'm just going to pour. No, let it run. At this point, let's not take a chance. I'm just going to pour the chocolate down into the.
Artfully done.
You know.
We'll get you everywhere.
Yeah, you'll get me one way or the other. I'll drink that later. So you blend this into the tofu. The tofu is a complete replacement for the eggs and the dairy that you would usually have in a custard-based pie. So what we're doing is we're not only replacing...
If they don't have one of these very reliable food processors, can you use regular blenders?
Yes.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I'm wishing I had used a regular blender. Know what I wouldn't do for a regular blender right now. Those things happen. Anyway, the protein is what is going to set the pie instead of fat and eggs. So what we're doing is we're not only getting fat out of the dessert and calories out of the dessert, we're adding good, and look at all those chunks I left in there. That's just the way it goes. We're adding protein. So this is actually a more healthful pie than probably a lot of things that I've served as entrees. Anyway, you put this in, and I'm just using a store-bought crust because they're not that bad for you. And in 2 hours, it looks like that if you chill it.
So what we did, we made a couple different versions of these. We did chill them for about 2 hours. But, you know, it all comes down fundamentally to both the taste and the nutrient content.
Well, so in this case, I wasn't concentrating on what I shouldn't eat. I was concentrating on what I should eat. So if I can get the tofu, which is really clean protein, to replace bad stuff in a pie, then the pie all of a sudden isn't as evil as it used to be.
Yeah.
So you know, I can have 2 pieces of this a week instead of just 1 piece.
Now, one thing before I get, I'm going to eat this, but I want
eat that one.
Yes, but I want the audience here.
Oh, well, you
guys,
serve.
Here, put it up there. Pass that around there. Don't be greedy about them. All right. I'm going to quiz you guys in a second, but as you're eating, the big question is how many calories and what's the source of the calories? Okay, let's get this today. I'm going to say no bake, no dairy, low-cal, chocolate pie. It has to meet all those criteria.
Right. We've got the numbers here. We're going to bring up those calorie numbers because you see that this one's 230 calories per serving. Standard chocolate pie is coming in somewhere closer to 413.
Oh my goodness.
And the majority in the regular pie are from saturated fat. This has virtually no saturated fat, just trace amounts that come out of the chocolate.
And lots of protein.
And lots of protein. So you're not just getting rid of the bad, you're bringing up the good. The whole trick is to load whatever you eat with as much positive nutrition as you possibly can. When we diet in America, we tend to think too much about what we shouldn't have and what we got to get rid of, not what we ought to have. When you're putting your body through the shock of change of a diet, you got to give it good stuff.
You know, that's all good, but this is fantastic.
This is not bad.
Audience, what do you guys think? Fingers up. Very happy people. Very happy people. I have truly enjoyed meeting you. Wonderful advice at many, many levels. You can catch Alan Brown on the next Iron Chef, where he is the current host. And for the pie recipe, I'm not going to share the pie recipe.
Keep it. It's all right.
No, shit. That's DrOz.com. Check it out. Up next, in case you missed it.